Can
you hear me?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so here's where we stopped. Pre-write. So the third step of pre-write is to choose what we are going to do. All right, choose. After brainstorming, we're going to come up with something, and then we'll explore ideas that fall under it. You can see this on page 218 under the clipboard, how to make frost. So here are the list of steps that she will use to explain how you can make frost. Right, and then finally, what we're going to do is organize
our ideas
in
Miss, what's frost?
frost.
Yeah.
Like snow. I believe that's what she's doing. Right, so you know when the weather is cold, there's frost on not in Egypt. It's like it's similar to snow.
Okay.
And the last thing we're going to do is organize our ideas in a flowchart. Who knows what a flowchart is? Who would like to read the first paragraph on page 219?
Me.
Omar Khalid, can you read?
Yes, okay. Organize sequence. Writing that explains usually presents and instructions in a step-by-step order. To explain something step by step, you can use a flowchart to plan your writing. Not all your ideas may be needed. However, what ideas from the list did this writer leave out of her chart?
All right, so look at the clipboard. Thank you, Omar. Look at the clipboard on page 218. What did the writer decide not to include in the flowchart, the how-to flowchart? What is missing?
For page 218?
So you see the clipboard, how to make frost on 218?
Yes.
What did she remove before she made her flowchart? So what did she find isn't very important to be written?
Miss, can I say it?
Sure.
Time order words.
Yes.
Time order words.
Yes.
Where are the time order words?
Like
There is no time order word. It's missing.
Okay, no, but I'm telling you, look at the difference between, look at 218 and 219.
Yes, she's putting steps. She's putting steps.
So look at the first point on 218. The temperature needs to be cold. She decided not to, because of course
in a paragraph.
cold, right? She thinks that this is something that maybe is not very necessary.
Interesting.
All right. Place ice cubes in a plastic bag. Use a hammer. She removed the part about the salt. Add salt to keep the ice cold. She removed this. Break ice into pieces. Okay, she added that you should use a hammer.
Remove the weight for an hour or two.
That's right. Right, and then watch the frost form on the can. Okay, so this is a pre-write. Pre-write is basically when you are organizing your ideas and getting ready to write what? What is step 2? Draft.
Draft. Draft page 222.
Yeah. Step 2 is draft.
Wait.
You didn't finish? Okay.
I will take a screenshot.
Now 1 minute and I'll move on. You can write it.
Okay. Step 2. Draft. I finished, miss.
Okay.
I didn't.
All right, so step 2 is writing your draft. All right, guys, I keep stopping to add people to the meeting.
Okay.
Who would
Miss,
like to read draft at the top? Esther, I haven't heard from you all day. Are you there? Are you there, Esther? Can you read at the top of, sorry, not 218,
122.
222?
Miss, 1 second, 1 second. Miss Hannah, can you please come back quickly?
I'm sorry?
Can you come back, please? And the other
Go back?
sentence? Yeah.
Okay. Esther, can you read the first paragraph on page 222 for us?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Okay, Esther is not there. Amr,
Miss. Yes, Miss.
can you read?
Miss
Yes.
Esther is here now.
Miss, I begin?
Go ahead.
Before you begin writing your explanation, review the full flowcharts you made. Think about making a paragraph for your introduction, for the steps in the middle of your draft, and for your conclusion. Include details that support your step-by-step explanation.
Okay, thank you. So look here at the how-to flowchart. How to make frost. The writer here decided that the first paragraph should explain what I'm going to show how to make, and this is frost. So it's like background information. It tells people here she's deciding to include the information that frost is one form of water. It is made from water vapor. Okay, so one of you asked me what is frost. So of course, all of her writers that are not familiar with frost will wonder the same thing. So this is why she decided maybe it's smart to add it. Okay, then, so this is the introduction. Then place ice cubes in a plastic bag. Right, use a hammer to break ice into small pieces. These steps will make a good second paragraph. I may need to add details to make the steps clearer. So what does she add? Here she adds, make a layer of ice about 3 centimeters deep, so she's more specific. All right, then put a layer of salt. Then breathe softly on the surface of the can to add more water vapor to the air. Fill the can with more layers of ice and salt. All right, and the last paragraph should show what will happen if I follow all the steps. So she says here,
vapor phrases?
I'm
Miss,
sorry,
why should she put salt in the frost?
I'm not sure, honestly. I think that it says salt keeps it cold. It says that salt keeps it cold. I did not
By
know.
the way, actually, I think that salt actually eats the ice.
No,
I don't know. I don't know. She wrote
Because
that it keeps it cold.
okay,
Okay.
maybe that's another kind of salt.
Salt.
It says that salt makes ice water colder because it lowers the temperature at which water freezes.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's one thing scientists will be harassed about.
Okay, so the last point here, before watching the frost form on the can, it explains that water vapor freezes on contact with the cold surface of the can, and this is how the frost is formed. All right, so after this, the writer then writes her first draft, right? Look at how this writer used the ideas on her chart. She opened with a question that would get her reader's attention. This is very important, all right? Have you ever noticed the frost that forms on windows in the winter? Then she used time order words to help show the steps her audience would need to follow in order to do the experiment. Who would like to read?
Me.
There's 3 paragraphs. All right. Abdurrahman Tanahi, would you like to read?
Okay. Have you ever noticed the frost that forms on windows in the winter? Did you know that you can make frost? Frost was one form of water. It is made from another form of water called water vapor. First, place ice cubes in plastic bag. Use a hammer to break the cubes into small pieces. Next, make a layer of ice about 3 centimeters deep in a can. Then, add a thin layer of salt. Repeat layers of ice and salt until the can is full and surrounding air must contain water vapor for frost to form. Finally, breathe softly on the surface of the can to add more water vapor to the air. Watch as frost appears in the can. The frost forms when the water vapor freezes on the contact with the cold surface of the can. Finished.
Okay, thank you. So the third paragraph here states the conclusion, right? And we have time order words to connect the steps throughout. Okay, did you guys notice any mistakes as he was reading? Did you notice anything that maybe should be changed, something that is missing? Did you notice that as he was reading? Remember, this is the draft. So this is not final. In the next coming steps, we will fix these mistakes. Anybody notice them?
No.
Nobody found mistakes?
Oh, I know.
There are spelling mistakes.
After
There are
first,
things that are after what?
after first there must be a
Miss,
comma.
I found
That's
one.
right.
I found
After
one.
first there must be a comma.
That's right.
I found
After
one.
next,
Okay,
after
tell me,
next.
Yassine, what else did you find?
Noticed. It's an
Noticed
S,
is
not
misspelled.
C.
That's right. Okay, so these are going to be fixed in the revise step and the proofread step before we publish. Okay, so let's write the steps of draft. What are we supposed to be doing now? We're supposed to review first, review the flow chart, write about how to make or do something. Write the steps of the experiment in order and use time order words. We can remove experiment because it's not necessarily an experiment every time. Write the steps in order and use time order words. Then tell the outcome in the conclusion. So make it clear for your readers. If you follow these steps, you will be able to make this and why. Remember, this is just a draft. Sorry, it's just a draft and it is not final. We will finalize later.
Miss, we will need a lot of time to finish.
What do you mean?
To finish the draft and conclusion and do everything, we will need a lot of time, or
If you are working with a partner, that usually helps with the revise and proofread section because you guys can two people can work together to review each other's writing. I find this to be helpful because if you are the only one who is looking at it, it's easy to overlook mistakes. You won't notice them. But if somebody who is reading it, somebody's reading it for you, they might catch mistakes that you missed. It doesn't take too much time, no. It depends on, the draft is really what takes time. So this is the biggest step, writing the draft, because you are looking at your flowchart and you are forming your ideas for the first time. This is what takes time. After that, you're just revising and finding little mistakes and finalizing.
Miss, we will do it alone or two partners.
No, you will be doing it alone because we're at home.
Okay.
Okay, but I will be sure to give you enough time. Yes.
Is the explanatory writing a project for us?
Yes, it's going to be a project. I will be posting a project sheet for you all.
When is this? In what day? In what day?
It will be due next week.
Okay,
Next week.
Yeah. Okay.
So the last time next week, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Are you done writing the steps of the draft?
Yes.
Yes,
Number
when
4.
you
I'm
finish
number
it.
4.
Okay.
No, miss.
كمان النت قطع يا جماعة عندي ناس.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
اخوات الص-
Okay, can I move on?
Okay.
Okay. The next step is, see on 224. Next step is revise.
ريفايز.
The last step.
Not the last. Step 3.
We have how many steps? 4?
5.
3.
5.
5. Okay. So here at the top of this,
Should I write
yes?
each? Should I write each step in a page or
No, not
all in one?
necessarily. Wait, do you mean this? The notes?
Yes.
No, you can write them all together.
Okay.
Okay. So at the top of page 224, we have the word elaborate. Who knows what elaborate means? What does it mean to elaborate?
To add
Does anyone
important
know?
ideas and details that you might have left out.
That's right. So when you elaborate, this means you add more information. Usually it's important information. So we're going to read our draft and we're going to elaborate to improve our writing. So see where we have holes, all right? Things that may not make sense, things that need more explanation, more details that need to be added. This is elaborating, all right? One way to improve your writing is to elaborate. When you elaborate, you add important ideas and details that you may have left out. When you revise your writing, you may need to explain in more detail. The writer changed some of her directions to make them easier to follow. All right, so here she added and seal tightly. First, place ice cubes in a plastic bag and seal tightly. Then the writer also added here a better description of where to place the first layer of ice. Next, place a layer of ice about 3 centimeters deep at the bottom of a can. Right, so here the author is adding information that will make it easier for the reader to do the experiment or to do the activity. The next important thing in the revise section is word choice. We look at the words that we have chosen. When you're writing, it's important to choose just the right words for your topic and audience. In an explanation, you need to use spatial words that will help your reader do exactly what is needed to complete each step. What are the spatial words? They're here on the left. Okay, see them? Spatial words include words like inside, outside, next to, through, on top of, at the bottom of, above, below, near, far, across, into. All right, all of these are spatial words. Okay, and these spatial words are very important because they help the reader follow. So here, let's see which spatial words were added. First, place ice cubes inside a plastic bag and seal tightly. Use a hammer to break the cubes into small pieces. Next, place a layer of ice about 3 centimeters deep at the bottom of a can. Then add a thin layer of salt on top of the ice. Repeat layers of ice and salt until the can is full. And the last thing is here, this section, better sentences. As you continue to revise your draft, check the way your sentences sound. So read them out loud. This is the easiest way to listen and find out how our writing is. Read them out loud. Do your subjects and verbs agree? What is subject and verb agreement? If I have a singular subject, I must have a singular verb. All right, if we have a plural subject, we must have a plural verb. Can you guys hear me? You got quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you. Yeah.
All right. Okay, thank you. I was just making sure you could hear me. Okay, do your subjects and verbs agree? When we check for subject-verb agreement, we find the subject first, then find the predicate. Again, here it has the rules that I just told you. All right, so here there is a mistake. The frost form when the water vapor freezes. It should be the frost forms. All right, the frost forms when the water vapor freezes on contact with the cold surface of the can. So here are the steps for Revise is what we're supposed to be doing at this stage. Add details.
Do we have homework today?
Yes, you have one grammar sheet. All right, write this in your notebook.
Miss, this is the first step from revise.
Yes.
Okay. Miss, what is the hardest step?
The hardest step? There's no hard steps.
Really?
Yep, it's easy.
I think the hardest step would be draft because you must find mistakes.
No, this isn't the draft. The draft isn't when we find the mistakes. The draft is when we write for the first time. We find mistakes in revise, or not mistakes. We find mistakes in the proofread section. Okay, so when we're revising, we add details or information that will make it easier for your reader to follow. This is a process called, what did we say? This is when we elaborate. Okay. Then we use spatial words to help the reader better understand the process. Next, we add details. Details or information that will make it easier or that will make your writing clearer and more interesting. Okay? Finish?
No, it's so
Yep.
long.
Yep.
What?
What?
All right, take your time and finish writing so that we can not take your time, write quickly, and then we'll move on.
I'm trying to write quickly, but when I write quickly, my handwriting is large when I write quickly.
So don't write quickly. Write, but don't write slowly either.
So write medium.
Medium.
I finished.
Finished?
Yes, I finished. But was a good handwriting.
All day, you finished quickly.
Yes.
And I finished before him.
I finished from
Every
1
time.
minute or 2 minutes.
Every time I write something, they must be from the rest people who write.
I finished.
I don't believe that he wrote quickly this time.
والله خلصت يا من زمان.
Done?
No. Almost there.
The
Also me.
internet is very, very, very bad.
I finish.
Finished? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so step 4.
Proofread.
There's another step.
There are 2 more
Yes,
steps.
we have proofread and publish. Proofread and publish. We have 2 more. Miss, there are so many.
Not too many. All right, before we not 226, 228. But on 226, guys, if you look, there's something called, here it says revise peer conferencing. So this is a part that we're going to skip because we're at home, but if we were at school, we would do peer conferencing, which means I would put you in partners and you would check each other's writing to make sure that they follow all of the correct steps, that
Miss,
everything is clear, that there are time order words. Okay, this is peer conferencing. When you exchange drafts, yeah, when you exchange drafts with a partner and you give them suggestions, you take suggestions from them to improve your writing.
Okay.
Step 4 on 228 is proofread.
Proofread.
Proofread. After you have revised your explanatory writing, you will need to proofread it to find and correct any errors in mechanics, grammar and usage, and spelling. Who would like to read the strategies for proofreading? Auday, are you there?
Yes.
Can you read?
Page 228.
Yes, strategies for proofreading.
After you have revised your explanatory writing, you will need to proofread it to find and correct any errors in machine's grammar and use and spelling. Strategies for proofreading. Read your received explanation several times, each time looking for a different type of error. This will give you a better chance of catching all mistakes. Read each sentence again to make sure each verb is in the proper tense. Be sure that the verb endings are spelled correctly. Reread for machines and
Mechanics?
make sure that your writing is clear and makes sense. Check for spelling mistake. Use a dictionary or the spell checker on your computer.
All right, does everybody know how to use spell check?
No.
Yes, miss. I know.
Okay, so spell check
I
is a
know.
tool on Microsoft Word. Also, the easiest way to know if we make a mistake. So if I write here, if I spell proofread like this, see how it automatically corrects it? Did you see?
Yes.
Yeah, some
Try it
some
again.
words are like
Sometimes, not all the time.
Sometimes.
this. Yes, not
Proofread.
always.
So here it didn't correct it the second time, only the first time. But it will normally put what? It will normally put a red line under it
Like,
if it is
Yes.
if I
Miss, if you
misspelled.
write
the A is first,
like any name, he make underline red line.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
The project will be handwriting or computer?
The project will, I still haven't decided. Maybe the draft will be handwritten and then you will type the final one on the computer. Okay, I will let you know everything in the project sheet.
It will be good.
All right. Thank you, Auday. These are the strategies for proofreading. Here are some grammar rules at the bottom. We don't need to go over these. I'm sure you know them all. But here they are for reference, just in case. Okay, the most important thing is using commas, all right? Using commas correctly. Be sure to check, this is called mechanics. Check after each time order words, such as first, next, and finally. And also when we have 3 or more items, when we are using commas in a series, it's important to place the comma correctly. Okay, so look here at the proofreading corrections that were made on the draft. Okay, what does this symbol mean? Does anybody know what this symbol is? The symbol that comes before. Do you see the symbol on page 229? It says, what does the symbol mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
Raise your hand, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Who knows what it is?
I raise my hand.
Habiba?
Miss, somebody have a
No,
bird
sorry. Hannah
on
Sultan
my
is raising
bird
her hand.
here. This sound is
Hannah Sultan, do you know what this means?
And too, I was using my hand to.
Okay. Does anybody know what the symbol means? Yasin Sadat?
It means a new paragraph.
It means indent. Excellent. Start a new paragraph. That's right. So
Miss,
here we need to start a new paragraph. Yes?
we have things like this paragraph that's wrong in our language arts practice book, and we
We have,
must make it right.
yes, that's right. We do. And I think it's
Will
50D.
we answer?
We're
Will you
going to
answer
do
one?
it. We were supposed to do it today, but I don't think we'll have time, so we'll probably do it tomorrow.
Only 8 minutes.
Session will
we
end
have
after
Yeah.
13 minutes and we will finish.
No, dear. The meeting will end in
15 minutes.
8 minutes. 8 minutes. The
Ten
meeting will shut
15.
off because we don't have the full time like we do at school.
Yeah.
The meeting shuts off early.
Yes.
The schedule says that it ends at 10:15.
Yeah, it should, but the meeting will shut off before then. So we only have about 7 minutes now. Okay.
Okay.
So proofread. So let's see. Here, what did they change? They fixed the spelling mistake. Noticed. Winter does not need to be capitalized. Frost is one form of water. So here we have past tense. Frost is still one form of water, not was, right? First, here we must indent before this new paragraph. To start this new paragraph, I mean, and a comma after the time order word first, comma after the time order word next. Okay, comma after then.
Miss, I don't
We're
know where
missing a
are you.
period.
I missed.
I'm looking at the paragraph, at the draft. I'm proofreading.
Okay.
You see all the
Miss,
mistakes that he
if we do not
Yes,
changed?
yes. Yes. Miss, we didn't write anything in the proofread.
No, not yet.
Okay.
All right. There's a run-on sentence. Repeat layers of ice and salt until the can is full. The surrounding air must contain water vapor for frost to form. So here she added a period after full to start a new sentence. Finally, breathe softly on the surface of the can. Now watch. All right. So here she decided to add another she decided to add here now to shift to tell your readers that this is the conclusion. All right, that this is how you make frost. Okay, so the steps, we correct. The first and most important thing is spelling mistakes, because your writing doesn't look professional if you have, if you have spelling mistakes. Okay, correct spelling mistakes. Add any missing commas. Remind me, when do we add commas?
Miss, we have time to do
After
publish.
first and next and finally, and then
That's right.
after
Okay,
them,
so
and when we
after
combine two
time order
sentences,
words,
and when we combine two sentences,
or
when we combine two
we
sentences,
combine two sentences. Very good. Or also separating
when a date,
three
when you say
or more.
or a country, or a state in
Three.
a country, or sorry.
All right, that's right. Very good. Three or more items in a series. So everything you said is correct, but these are the common mistakes that people make, forgetting to put commas after time order words, or when they're separating three or more items in a series. Okay, so my best friends are Omar, comma, Ade, comma, and Hannah, for example. Okay, of course, I love you all, but these are the first three names at the top for me. Okay, correct problems. With verb tenses. Okay, a common mistake that people make. You forget to make everything the same tense. So you can't say, this morning I woke up and went to the beach. I am going to the park. Yesterday, so you can't add more than one tense in the same sentence, okay? Must all be
Okay.
present, all be past, or all be future. And the last thing is to indent paragraph. And this is the symbol that I showed you guys and asked you what it was, indent paragraphs.
Miss, we have time to do publish?
I don't think so. Let's see. No, we will continue it tomorrow.
Miss,
Yes.
will we have homework today?
Today, yes, you have a grammar sheet only.
About articles?
Okay. Grammar sheet is easy.
Yeah. Look, guys, on page 229, look at the proofreading marks. This is for a new paragraph.
No.
Add,
All.
take out, make a capital letter, check the spelling, add a period. Okay, this is just to make it easier for you when you are
Miss,
correcting
yesterday's
your
homework
mistakes.
was difficult.
It was difficult. Why?
No, it was very easy.
I
It
didn't know
was
how to
very
do
easy.
it.
I
Why?
answered it in
Why it was
no
difficult? It was
time.
nothing.
Didn't know how to
I
do
do
it?
it, but I do not like. It's so hard.
It didn't take any time from me. Miss, what is the last thing? What is number 4?
Oh, sorry.
Indent paragraphs.
Or and then
was
okay,
difficult.
you can.
Miss, there's
Are
actually
you guys
like
finished?
a
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I want to look at this quickly for. All right, what was your, what did you have trouble with?
It was so easy.
Tell me, what did you have a problem with?
Miss, can I?
To know where's the adjectives.
To know where the adjective was?
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
And me also.
Miss, can I say something?
Yes.
Is 20 here an adjective or not?
20 here?
And 20 years
Yes,
ago,
because it
number
says
1.
how many.
Yes.
Because it says how
Yes.
many.
Yeah.
I will post the model answers for everyone. Okay?
Okay.
All right. The
Alright.
meeting will shut off now. Does anybody have any
Miss,
questions? We will complete tomorrow.
Okay.
Miss, did my
Yes.
homework? Did you receive my homework?
Yes, I received yours. I remember
Have
seeing
you
your name.
written my homework?
Did you receive mine?
I don't remember everyone. I remember Abdurrahman. I think Hannah, yes.
Me?
All right. As long as you entered my email correctly, I will have received it.
I copied it from your welcome letter or from the weekly plan.
Yeah, and I'm sure now when you send an email, when you write my name, it shows up for you. You don't even have to write the full address, right?
Yes, because when you make
Because
it
you
a
sent
lot,
to me
Yes.
before.
we have in
Yeah.
the search.
Because honestly, like I can distinguish your email from other emails.
Okay, the meeting will shut off. We will meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow also we're doing grammar. Okay, so be sure to have your language arts text.
Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Okay. Bye guys.
Bye.
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 Bye bye.
Bye.